Oh boy, streaming services. There's so much to say about streaming services and how we can cut costs. Let's hop right into it. You already know what I'm going to say about streaming services. You are in debt. Streaming services are for the wealthy. You kidding me? Maniac tier. Maniac tier is no streaming services. Learn to read a book for crying out loud. There's another good activity to do in replacement of it. Obviously, with streaming services and recreational activities, we need to have a substitute habit to replace them with, replace that time with. But let's cover the tiers first. So, the Maniac tier, don't have any streaming services. You don't need them. They're entertainment, they're for pleasure. You are in debt. Your net worth is in the negative. It's impossible to justify this expense. It's impossible to. The great tier, just have one streaming service, preferably the cheapest. If you are a student, utilize the Spotify and Hulu package. It's $5 a month. I think great tier is a very reasonable compromise. However, Maniac tier is truly where it's at. Normal tier, you're just cutting your cable, and no one in this course should have cable. I hope that's evident. Normal tier is cutting cable and using their streaming services. You've cut one expense, but let me be clear: it is not a necessity to have cable or a streaming service when we're still paying for our internet service provider. You know, it's ludicrous. We have so many options available to us online that shouldn't require us to have any of these. I want to take a look at some of the prices for streaming services. First of all, look at all of your options that you have. Look at all these streaming service options, and then look at how expensive they can become. It's insane. If you just had two of these, it's already nearly 25 to 30 bucks, nearly 20. If you have three, 30. This is just wild to me. I had to have this list here so you can physically see, you can return to this slide and see, oh my gosh, this is really how much all of these things cost. It's ridiculous. You don't need these. So there are two audiobook apps that are free that I think are a great replacement to streaming service. The habit of, watching television, all that good stuff, or bad stuff in this case. There are two audiobooks that are free. One is Overdrive, and the second is Libby. Libby is just like Overdrive, just with a better user interface. And all it does is first of all, you got to get a library card from your local library, sign up, then you get to check out audiobooks. It's really that simple. And there's a limit on how many you can check out. It's like similar to a very physical library, but you get your library card, enter your information. Next thing you know, you're listening to audiobooks. This year alone, I've already listened to nearly 10 books utilizing Libby. I like to listen to them fast, though. I got them on double speed. So how many books did you read last year? This is a worthy habit substitution. Duolingo, and I'm sure there are plenty other free language learning apps, but Duolingo is a free app. It has in-app purchases that offers those, but don't get caught up in that. This app helps you learn a new language that you'd like to learn. So instead of spending an hour each day watching a show, you could spend an hour learning a new language. And there have been studies that have shown that if you spend 45 minutes on any given skill every day for a month, you get to a good tier. So they talk about how the 10,000 hour rule is what makes you a master at something. That was actually done on a study of violinists. The actual number is, if you want to be good at something, to learn 20% that affects 80% of the outcome, you do 45 minutes a day for 30 days. If you did that with learning a new language, I think you'd be pretty good. Obviously, there are a million different things we can replace our streaming service habits with. For music, it could be Pandora, SoundCloud, YouTube, the actual radio. For TV shows and movies, it could be consuming that free content on YouTube or on other platforms, reading a book, taking a walk, meditating, journaling, drawing. The world is yours now, since you have your time is about to be so much more open. It's going to be opened up. And the BLS.gov, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, their website says the average American spends between 2 and 4 hours a day watching TV. That's a lot. That's why I think audiobooks or audiobook apps and language learning habits are good choices to mention mean, you could also listen to podcasts instead. Heard there's a good one, the Nickolas Natali show. People seem to like it. Anyway, concluding thoughts are that you should cut your cable and cut your streaming services to join the Maniac tier. If you'd like to join the Great tier, you're welcome to. Choose one streaming service you enjoy. Please be wise. Don't choose the $50 one or the $49.99 one. Choose the $4.99 one if you're trying to be in the Great tier. Don't play me with that leeway I'm giving you with choosing just one service. If you'd like to stick to the normal route, you can cut your cable and call it a day. Next, we're going to talk about recreational activities and how to cut those expenses. We'll see you there.